Hi, I'm Jessica Roth. I am a realtor in Southwest Missouri. I am a woman with ADHD and I am very sensitive. Before I started working with Mo, I had a really difficult time getting started on things. I was just at a point in my life where I had no boundaries. I had nothing structured in my life. Since I started working with Mo, the boundaries that I have in my life now and the parameters I have not only for myself but for the people who are in my life are so strong and unbreakable, and I feel such a sense of who I am and who Jessica is and how I show up in the world. I have gained confidence, I have gained perspective, I have gained empathy, I have gained a friend and honestly just so much of my life has built up and increased and improved since I started working with Mo. Mo and I definitely speak the same language. She is able to just get right to it, and absolutely it cuts through and brings perspective to the ADHD barriers. If you're considering starting this program, 100%, like you absolutely should. I am not exaggerating when I say it's life-changing. Breakthroughs that I've had, just an overall sense of how I show up, even in disagreements, how I show up in good times, and I am okay with how I feel about things. I am okay showing up fully as me and not feeling like I need to adapt or change or mask at all. It is literally, I'm me. I have constant reminders from Mo about it's okay to have the feelings that I'm having. My feelings are valid, my feelings are real, and even if they seem irrational or too much, that they aren't. It's just what they are, and I can accept them, and once I accept them, then I'm able to deal with them and move on, move through, not abandon them, but keep going and hold them and honor them and just keep going. I have learned that it's okay and it's safe to be confident and to love every part of me, every bit of me, the weirdness, the goofiness. I like to joke that I'm the funniest person I know, and I'm literally not, but it's a core belief that I have. And just learning to own that and be okay with the fact that I find myself hilarious. I've seen growth in my ability to hold space for myself and honor whatever I'm feeling in the moment, whatever I'm going through. I've learned to just accept it and embrace it. I had this belief that I always took the easy way out, that I didn't do the hard thing, that I just kind of skated by. And in working with Mo, I learned, no, I do the hard thing. When it is necessary, I step up to the plate and I do it. I didn't ever realize that about myself until she pointed it out. I mean, I've discovered that I'm this really fun, energetic, magnetic person who is fun to be around. And I have this confidence in me that I didn't have before. The biggest thing for me is how I show up in relationships, whether it's friendship, family, any kind of relationship. I am showing up fully and wholly as myself and knowing that I don't have to change and be who I think they want me to be. I had a big habit of catastrophizing things and always assuming the worst, always assuming, oh, they're mad at me, or I messed up, or something's wrong. And as a general rule, I now just assume the best. I don't assume someone's mad at me. I don't assume I did it wrong. I go with the fact of don't make a problem where there isn't one, and if someone has a problem, they'll come and talk to me about it. It's really interesting because I feel like just simply based on accepting my emotions as they are and how they come has actually made me more in control of them. They are not running me, I am running them. And when they do pop up, I honor them and I see that they are there for a reason. One of the biggest things Mo taught me is if something makes you cry, that's showing you how important it is to you. And so I take my emotions now as cues. When you're asking someone about how is your self-compassion and self-love grown, I would have told you I was really great at that already. I gave myself a pass a lot. And it's like, now that I've stepped into and really, I love who I am. And so I show up for her. I show up for the Jessica that I want to be. And so it's almost like I'm holding myself to a different standard now that serves me rather than a standard that holds me back. I've become more comfortable with my emotions because I see them as my companions, and they are guiding me and showing me what's important, and they are safe. They're not going to destroy me. They're not going to take me out. They are just part of who I am. I've gotten language to talk myself through how I want to show up, how I want to be. I can sit there and say now, okay, I want to be my highest self. This is what I need to do. And I can talk myself up into it. And by telling myself how great I am, how well I show up for myself, how well I show up for the people around me, and how fun it is. And I start naming those characteristics that I want to embody. And just by naming them, it pulls it in even further. One of the biggest things that Mo and I have worked on, finding a way to honor my sleep. Because with the ADHD brain, it needs longer sleep than a neurotypical. So I know that for me, my optimal has historically been 9 hours. But I'm a busy mom. I have 2 different jobs going on. I have a life. And I found I was only getting 4 to 5 hours a night. And she really encouraged me to figure out a way to honor that sleep and make that sleep a priority again. And so now I'm back up to 7 to 8 hours usually. But it used to be, if I got 6 hours or less of sleep 3 nights in a row, I'd get thrown into a major depressive episode. And so I am not doing that anymore because my mental health is more important than that. My self-advocacy has expanded immeasurably. When I started working with Mo, I really struggled with codependency and taking my needs as being the very end of it, and even just altogether forgetting about it. And now I'm like, no, my needs are just as important as yours. And so I see your needs and I respect your needs. How can we work together to meet mine as well? And I'm not scared to do that. I know I am worth having my needs met. I have better language now around describing to others how I'm feeling. I feel like I am better now at saying, hey, this is the emotion I'm feeling. This is where I'm feeling it in my body. I've always been pretty aware of my emotions in general my whole life, being a highly sensitive individual. That's how we are. I have better verbiage now and confidence in not just my ability, but the necessity to share that with the people in my life. Increased intentionality in my life has made it so that I do things on purpose. As a general rule, I'm no longer just flying by the seat of my pants, and whatever happens, happens. Things are happening on purpose and for a reason, and because I've decided that they are going to happen. And that's as simple as every Sunday I do my Sunday reset, and I clean my house, I take a bath, I go to bed early, have a glass of wine, to setting up my day for the rest of the week. I'm doing this work during this time and this work during this time, and staying focused and actually doing those things. I was in weekly therapy for over 7 years, and I gained a lot during that. It was not time wasted. I've taken courses and classes and done different things that have helped build me up and support me, but I have never felt as supported in a container as I do in this with Mo. My first few weeks with her, I was a mess. It was really bad. And she was there with me through it all. We messaged and voice chat. It literally felt like all day long. And she was just there, and she was consistent. She showed up for me how I always wanted someone to show up for me. And she built me up. She let me know like what I was feeling, all of it was okay, and that I was perfect as I was. And then she just guided me through it. And after about 2.5, 3 weeks, like it's slowly, but through her support, it empowered me to stand on my own and talk myself through it. And so now when I'm checking in with her about a situation, it's usually, hey, this is what I saw and this is what I learned through it. Not, oh my God, I'm gonna die. I have a tremendous amount of pride in how I show up now and how I am me. And I'm accepting of that, and I'm not worried about, oh, is someone gonna like me, or did I just make them mad? I'm here for me. I'm in the process of starting a lifestyle brand that is focused on elevating women, fighting against bullying, wellness, environmental conservation, and it is truly a community-based brand. When you ask me that question, my thought is my impact's going to be significant and far-reaching. I would not be able to be involved in this project. And it's really interesting because the people I'm working with have far more experience than I do in business, have higher net worths, have all these things that should be throwing me into imposter syndrome so bad. But instead I'm showing up to these meetings and I feel like I belong. And so it's really neat. I try to take like this outside observation viewpoint of my life and just see like what's happening. And I know that because of my work with Mo, I get to be a part of this, and it's going to be a really big deal.